Imagine a barren, uninspiring plot of land, dull and lifeless. Now picture that same plot transformed into a lush, vibrant garden, bursting with verdant life and brimming with tranquility. Envision the joy of seeing vibrant blossoms, hearing birds chirping and feeling the cool shade of mature trees. This is not just a dream, this is the journey we embark on today. What if we told you that this transformation is achievable? Stay tuned. Every lush garden begins with a well-thought-out plan, so let's dive into the essentials of planning your garden space. The first step in transforming your garden is to assess its potential. This includes understanding the natural elements at play in your space. Yes, we're talking about sunlight, soil type, and water access. Sunlight is a vital factor to consider. Does your garden bask in full sunlight, partial shade, or perhaps it's tucked away in a shady corner? Knowing your garden's sun exposure will guide your plant selection and ensure they thrive in their new home. Next up is soil type. From sandy to clay, loamy to peaty, each soil type has its unique characteristics. Some plants prefer well-draining sandy soil, while others thrive in nutrient-rich, loamy soil. So grab a handful of your garden soil, examine it, feel it, and if you can, get it tested. Understanding your soil type will help you choose plants that'll flourish and also guide you on how to improve it. Now let's talk water access. Are you in an area with plentiful rainfall, or do you live in a drier region? Knowing your water availability will not only determine the plants you choose, but also how you'll need to water them. In addition to these key factors, think about the size of your garden. Is it a spacious yard or a cozy balcony? The size and shape of your garden will dictate your layout and design, so measure up and sketch out a plan. Lastly, consider the time you can dedicate to your garden. Are you a weekend warrior, or do you have a few minutes each day to spare? The time you have will influence the type of garden you create, from a low-maintenance succulent garden to a high-maintenance rose garden. Planning your garden may seem like a daunting task, but it's an essential step in the transformation process. The more you know about your space, the better equipped you'll be to create a lush, thriving garden. Remember, a well-planned garden is a thriving garden. Choosing the right plants is the next crucial step in your garden transformation. This isn't just about aesthetics, although that's certainly a big part of it. It's also about understanding the unique conditions of your garden and selecting plants that will thrive there. Let's start with sunlight. If your garden is bathed in light for most of the day, you'll want to consider sun-thirsty succulents or vibrant flowering plants like marigolds or petunias. These sun-loving species are hardy, easy to care for, and will add a splash of color to your garden. On the other end of the spectrum are the shade-loving plants. These are perfect for those corners of your garden that don't get much sunlight. Ferns, hostas, and astilbes are some examples of plants that thrive in low-light conditions. They bring a cool, lush feel to your garden and are often lower maintenance than their sun-loving counterparts. Now let's talk about soil. Different plants require different soil types. For instance, azaleas and rhododendrons prefer acidic soils, while lavender and rosemary thrive in more alkaline conditions. It's crucial to match your plants to the soil in your garden or adjust your soil to suit your plants. This is where a good soil test kit comes in handy. Watering needs are another important factor. Some plants, like cacti and succulents, need very little water and can actually suffer from overwatering. Others, such as most vegetable plants, need a steady supply of moisture to thrive. And let's not forget about the local climate. Some plants are more resistant to cold, heat, or wind than others. Be sure to choose plants that can withstand your local weather conditions. Finally, consider the size and growth rate of your plants. Some, like bamboo, can quickly take over a garden if not carefully managed, while others, like dwarf conifers, grow slowly and stay small. Remember, the goal is to create a balanced ecosystem where all plants can thrive. The right mix of plants will add variety, create visual interest, and contribute to the overall health and success of your garden. The right plants can make all the difference in your garden's success. So take your time, do your research, and get ready to see your garden transform before your eyes. Now let's get our hands dirty with soil preparation. This stage is all about nurturing the ground your plants will call home. It's like setting up a cozy room for a new house guest, making sure everything they need is right at their roots. First, let's talk composting. This is the process of transforming organic waste into nutrient-rich soil. Think of it as cooking up a gourmet meal for your plants, using ingredients like vegetable peelings, coffee grounds, and lawn clippings. Next, we move on to mulching. Spreading a layer of organic material over your soil helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and gradually improve soil structure. It's like a protective blanket, providing care and comfort to your plants. Lastly, we have fertilizing. This step is like a multivitamin for your plants, supplying essential nutrients that may be lacking in your soil. Depending on your garden's needs, you might opt for organic or synthetic fertilizers. Good soil preparation is the foundation of a lush garden. It's the backstage work that sets the stage for a spectacular performance. With the groundwork done, it's time to bring your dream garden to life. The layout and design of your garden is like the blueprint to a beautiful home, guiding your every step in creating a space that's not just visually appealing, but also functional and sustainable. Think of your garden as a canvas. The plants are your paint and the design is your brushstroke. You can create an array of stunning visual effects with a clever arrangement of plants. For instance, playing with plant heights can add depth and dimension to your garden. Tall plants at the back, medium-sized in the middle, and low growers up front create a layered look that's pleasing to the eye. Consider the growth patterns of your plants as well. Some plants sprawl, some climb, and others stay compact. Planning for these will ensure that your garden remains balanced and beautiful as it matures. The layout of your garden is also crucial in managing sunlight exposure. A well-planned layout ensures that all plants receive the necessary sunlight while providing shade for those that need it. Don't forget about pathways. They not only provide access to different parts of your garden, but also add structure and divide your space into distinct sections. Finally, always remember to leave room for growth. Plants grow, some more extravagantly than others. Leaving some space for them to flourish will keep your garden from looking overcrowded in the future. A well-designed layout can turn your garden into a visual masterpiece. Keeping your garden lush and vibrant requires regular care, so let's dive into the essentials of garden maintenance: watering, pruning, and pest control. Watering is not merely about drenching your plants, it's about knowing when and how much to water. For instance, watering in the early morning or late evening can prevent water evaporation, ensuring that your plants get the hydration they need. Next, let's talk about pruning. Pruning involves removing dead or overgrown branches, leaves, or roots from a plant. It's not just about aesthetics, it's a vital step to ensure healthy growth and bloom. Pruning can be likened to a plant's haircut. It may seem drastic at first, but the outcome is a healthier, more robust plant. Pest control is another critical aspect of garden maintenance. Pests can wreak havoc on your beautiful garden, but fear not. There are various eco-friendly methods to combat these unwelcome guests. For example, companion planting, where certain plants are grown together to deter pests, can be an effective strategy. Also remember that not all bugs are bad. Insects like ladybugs and bees can be beneficial for your garden, aiding in pest control and pollination. Incorporating these three elements into your gardening routine can seem daunting at first, but remember, every garden is a labor of love. With time, you'll find your rhythm and these tasks will become second nature. Regular watering and maintenance will ensure your garden stays lush and healthy. So roll up those sleeves and let's get gardening. Now for the fun part, adding your personal touches to the garden. This is where your creativity shines and your garden truly becomes an extension of you. Consider carving out a winding garden path. Not only does it add intrigue, but it's also a practical way to navigate your green space. Illuminate your garden with strategic lighting. It can create a dazzling effect and allow you to enjoy your garden even after the sun has set. Then, there's the charm of DIY planters. Repurpose old items or create new ones, the choice is yours. From old galvanized tubs to beautifully painted terracotta pots, these planters can add a dash of personality to your garden. Remember, a garden is not just about plants and flowers. It's about creating a space that resonates with your style and spirit. Personal touches can turn your garden into a unique outdoor haven. We've given you the knowledge, now it's your turn to act. Remember the barren plot we started with? Now imagine it bursting with life, a vibrant oasis that you've brought to life with your own hands. Every seed you sow, every plant you nurture is a step towards that transformation. The journey from dull to lush isn't a leap, but a procession of deliberate, well-considered steps, so don't wait. Start your garden transformation journey today and watch your outdoor space bloom into a lush oasis.